some useful tips for assembling your furniture. It is recommended that at least 2 people collaborate during the assembly process. Many of our furniture pieces are heavy, and teamwork will simplify handling. The boxes contain labels with important information that provides details about the furniture, such as the product name, important legal disclaimers, and warnings to consider. Depending on the furniture you purchased, it may arrive in 1, 2, or more boxes. If your product is a multi-box item, you will find a label indicating the box receipt. For example, box 1 of 2 and box 2 of 2. If the furniture is delivered in a single box, this label will not be present. Unload carefully the boxes on the ground and open the boxes. Place the parts on a smooth, flat, and soft surface. Pro tip: you can use the box as a soft base to place the furniture pieces on it. You will find an assembly instruction manual inside the box that will help identify all the furniture parts and accessories. Each piece will be labeled for easy identification with a letter. Locate the bags with the hardware, open them, and verify that the contents match what is indicated in the manual. Clean the pieces with a slightly damp cloth to remove any dust residue. Assembly requires some tools that are not included with the furniture purchase. These are a hammer, a flathead, and a Phillips screwdriver, and in some cases, a drill with a specific drill bit. Alternatively, you can use the drill with a screwdriver bit instead of conventional screwdrivers. Let's get started. Follow these useful tips to install the hardware in your furniture properly. Identify the holes intended for the wood dowels, as shown in the assembly instructions. Insert and push down the wood dowels halfway into the holes, then lightly hammer them into position. Identify the holes intended for the spreading bolt, shown in the assembly instructions. Insert the plastic base of the bolts into the holes, and press them down until secure. Identify the holes intended for the mini-fix cams shown in the assembly instructions. Insert the mini-fix cams, pointing the arrow outwards to the hole in the edge where the spreading bolt will enter. When assembling parts together, make sure the wood dowels enter the intended joining part hole. Also that the spreading bolts enter the joining part hole into the mini-fix cam. Once the spreading bolt is in the mini-fix cam, lock the parts together by turning clockwise the mini-fix cam with a screwdriver. Identify the 2 guide holes on the wooden piece. Position the hinge so that the oval holes align with the guide holes on the base piece. Insert 2 screws in the oval holes by turning clockwise with a little pressure. Make sure to not screw them all the way in so you can adjust the door in the next steps. Grab the door and fit the other side of the hinge onto the round hole of the door, then screw in as in the previous step. Each hinge has 3 screws that will set the depth, the door relative to the furniture. Adjust according supporting your doors using these screws until you get an even flush door. Repeat this last step until achieving perfect door alignment. After adjusting, insert the last 2 hinge screws in the round holes. First, place the nail-on glide near the corner of the edge of the piece that will be in contact with the floor. Then, press the nail-on glide into position. Once the glide is in position, use a hammer to push it all the way through until the plastic base is touching the board. Repeat the same steps on the opposite corner of the part that will be in contact with the floor. Place support hash 1 in the guide holes on the furniture's base or frame. Assemble the support by turning the screws clockwise with a screwdriver or drill. Place support hash 2 in the guide holes on the door. Assemble support hash 2 by turning the screws clockwise. Attach the gas spring by firmly pressing its end fittings into each of the supports until it clicks and fits snugly. Finally, place the arm caps on each end for a more slick look. Each slide consists of 2 pieces for each side of the drawer. Identify piece 1, the straight metal piece with a small wheel in the middle close to the edge. Place piece 1 in the intended frame of the furniture and align the holes in the wooden part with the holes of the slide. Use the provided screws and a screwdriver to assemble by turning them clockwise into position. Follow assembly instructions and attach the wooden piece where piece 1 was installed to the rest of the furniture. After assembling the drawers, turn them upside down and identify piece 2. Place piece 2 on the side bottom of the drawer with the wheel facing the back and secure it by screwing clockwise the provided screws. Repeat the last step on the other side of the drawer. Proceed to put the drawer into the furniture by aligning the wheels on each piece and slightly tilting upwards and pushing the drawer. Once in place, the drawer should be fitting and rolling smoothly. The full extension sliders have 3 sections or parts. First, fully extend the slide. Then identify a black lever on the side of the slide. Push the lever down and pull the piece 1 to separate it from the rest of the slide. Then, position piece 1 on the drawer side as indicated in the manual and screw piece 1 in place by turning clockwise the provided screws. Proceed to fully extend parts 2 and 3 before installing them using the provided screws as instructed in the assembly guide. Ensure the guide holes in the wooden part align with those in part 2 and screw them in place. Close part 2 and 3 and make certain the end of the slide is flush with the furniture frame. Repeat the previous steps with the other side. Once the drawers are assembled and the slides installed, proceed to connect parts 1 in the drawers to the rails of parts 2 by simultaneously pulling down the black levers of each rail to join the complete rail again. Once you finishing the assembling process, use the provided cover caps to conceal the mini fix cams. Then, remove the letter sticker identifying each part.